Yeah.
They're upset, to say the least, with something that went online.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they can't, because it will incite violence.
No, we're not inciting
There'll be a
violence.
breach of the peace.
Because I've
It's more likely to be something like Section 35.
Alright then, so what you're seeing in this one is modern day two-tier policing for somebody walking in a public place because he has a difference of opinion to a group of people. Now, this one is a pretty funny interaction, and I will get into the laws, apart from the inciting violence one, because I'm not very interested. He jumped off that one very quick and went to two other ones, which he ain't got a leg to stand on, unfortunately. So, let's just basically get straight into this video.
Where's Carl gone, mate?
Yeah. Oh, right there.
Carl. Not today.
What's up?
So we've spoken to them.
Yeah.
They're upset, to say the least, with something that went online.
Yeah.
They're really upset.
Oh, what? Because I told them they broke the law by putting in a bin here. Yeah, so what?
Yeah, something like that. You can't go anywhere near that today.
Why?
What do you mean you can't go near it?
Yeah.
No, they can't, because it will incite violence.
No, we're not inciting
There'll be a
violence.
breach of the peace.
So there
is going to be a breach of the peace.
How will they? So if they come to us then, is it going to be, when we do our next one, is it going to be the same?
Can't I go and see it? No, you can't go over there, because you'll end up causing a breach of the peace. You don't want that.
So if you don't actually say anything, or deal or you're threatening or intimidating.
Presence alone. Presence alone, because it's been...
I'm glad I've got this on camera, because this is good man. This is going online, you know. Yeah, don't worry about it.
We'll deal with it by way of preventing the breach of the peace.
Because I've
It's more likely to be something like Section 35.
Okay then, so I hate the breach of the peace nonsense because it's so hard to find what the legislation actually says, but I found the original text of what the breach of the peace is. So it's the Public Orders Act of 1936, Section 5, which is this.
Prohibition of offensive conduct conducive to breaches of the peace. Any person who in any public place or at any public meeting uses threatening, abusive or insulting words or behavior with intent to provoke a breach of the peace or whereby a breach of the peace is likely to be occasioned, shall be guilty of an offence.
So it does not say presence alone. At a public meeting uses threatening or abusive or insulting words or behavior with the intention to provoke a breach of the peace, is what this says. Now, because this is quite hard to find, there's a freedom of information request about breach of the peace. So let's get into it. This is what it is. Breach of the peace, this here.
Breach of the peace. Breach of the peace gives police powers to intervene and or arrest when an individual causes harm or appears likely to do any of the following. Cause harm to a person. Cause harm to that person's property in the person's presence. Put that person in fear of such harm being done through an assault, a fray, a riot, unlawful assembly, or other disturbance.
So, again, presence alone is not justification to arrest somebody for a breach of the peace. Now, breach of the peace isn't a criminal offence, so all they can do is arrest you until the breach of that peace is passed, and then they have to release you. It's that simple. But again, it says causing harm to a person, causing harm to a person's property in that person's presence, putting that person in fear of such harm that an assault, a fray, a riot, unlawful assembly, or other stuff. Now, two people there that said they're gonna just stand there and do nothing, so he cannot be done for a breach of the peace. So he said it's most likely a Section 35. So let's actually go a Section 35. But to get a Section 35, a Section 34 must be in place. So what is a Section 34? There it is. Well, it's a Section 34 of the Antisocial Behaviour and Criminal Policing Act of 2014, just in case you didn't know.
Authorizations to use powers under Section 35. 1. A police officer of at least the rank of inspector may authorize the use in a specified locality during a specified period of not more than 48 hours of the powers given by Section 35. Specified means specified in the authorization.
So, somebody of the at least rank of inspector may authorize a location of a place no longer than 48 hours for Section 35 to be in place, or for them to use the powers of Section 35. So if a Section 34 is not in place and is not, they can't even use a Section 35. So let's actually go into Section 35 and see what a Section 35 says. And it says up to here is what is important. So, there we go.
Directions excluding a person from an area. 1. If the conditions in subsections 2 and A3 are met and an authorization is in force under Section 34, a constable in uniform may direct a person who is in a public place in the locality specified in the authorization. A. To leave the locality or part of the locality, and B. Not to return to the locality or part of the locality for the period specified in the direction, the exclusion period. 2. The first condition is that the constable has reasonable grounds to suspect that the behavior of the person in the locality has contributed or is likely to contribute to A. Members of the public in the locality being harassed, alarmed or distressed, or B. The occurrence in the locality of crime or disorder. 3. The second condition is that the constable considers that giving a direction to the person is necessary for the purpose of removing or reducing the likelihood of the events mentioned in subsection 2A or B.
So what they're saying is, if this is in place and these two people are there, that it's going to create members of the public to be harassed, alarmed or distressed. Which, to me, seems like if this is in place, it's probably to stop the protest going on, because that could be causing members of the public to be harassed, alarmed or distressed. So I'm pretty sure Section 34 is not in place for them to use a Section 35, so that argument is probably out the window as well. It's basically just a feelings police because somebody doesn't like what he said online. That is it. So now they're going to use and abuse or threaten to use and abuse certain sections which they have no grounds to use. Let's just get back into the video.
Reach the peace by standing quietly in public space.
Because it will incite something.
Yeah, but then if they cause an issue, then that's them causing an issue, not us.
Yeah, but you can't stand. Look, I'm not getting into this with you. All right.
Well, that's the whole point of your job, isn't it? To explain the law.
I will explain it. I'll explain it in the most simplest terms. Go over there and you'll get a Section 35.
See, this is why you're losing the trust of the people, mate. This is why people hate police now. I'm sorry, but you're scum. You're scum, mate.
I'm trying to prevent disorder from occurring.
This is modern day policing, by the way, for the camera.
I have got
If it was the other way round, well, actually, they could stab us under the name of jihad and get away with
There's
it.
going to be disorder. Yeah. But if it does incite something...
And you're also paying tax for the police as well, people.
But I know, Carl specifically, so it's not even anything to do with you, I know, and I've just explained to Carl, they have no wish whatsoever to speak to you today. Absolutely none. They're angry by some online content, angry about that, okay? There was, you know, they embraced you into the mosque and they said that went really well. However, they feel betrayed by something that was put online.
I'll tell you what's put online,
That's
right?
it.
Monday night, they get here,
Yeah.
right, and I've already spoke to your officers and the police.
Yeah.
They broke the law, the bonfire in the town, no
Right.
police authorisation, no
Okay.
council authorisation.
Yeah.
Well, I put up a comment on their Facebook,
Yeah.
okay, that they booted me off on. It
Yeah.
says quite clearly, why didn't you get police authorisation or council authorisation to do this? It's breaching the law. We had an agreement, Hamid, and I named it, that we would not break the law. It would be peaceful, law-abiding protests. You had no fire marshal,
Yeah.
no police officers, and no council authority. So he then turned...
I think that's been seen as quite inflammatory and
Well, that's not
insightful.
my fault if they break the law, is it?
No.
They're quick enough to... I know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
go
going
on.
over there. They're quick enough to jump on me when I break the law, and believe me, they have.
Right.
Right, I've had loads of grief from this lot, breaking the law.
So it's all online stuff.
And for not even breaking the law, you get shit off them.
So I said to him, I said, we'll leave it then. And I want the last message, I'll leave it, and I'll come and see you Saturday, and we'll square it up.
Yeah.
I'm out of pieces, I ain't got any fucking papers.
No, I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? If he don't want to talk, that's cool. I don't see the, I get what you're saying, I totally understand.
Yeah.
And I am, fair enough. I'll get section 35, I'll walk away, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I didn't come down here for good and grief. I come down to square away and misunderstand you. You broke the law.
Yeah.
I pointed them out on it.
Yeah.
The council are involved, the police are involved, the complaints have been made.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care what the fire was over, I know what they're saying. There was no napalm which is what their statement was.
Yeah.
Come on, right? Napalm's been illegal in the world since the Sure. Who, me? I ain't done
No, please.
What? Who's kicking?
He's kicking her.
Oh, no, I ain't having that. Hang on, go round.
So there you go. I was no point interrupting the rest of the video again because I've already highlighted everything I think in the actual bit of legislation of the law which I put up, and it was dragging out a bit too long because I went into everything what needed to in that little bit of video. My opinion on this, these police was overstepping the mark to try and stop these from exercising their right to walk in a public place. Yes, the English people are not allowed to walk on English land. That is how stupid this is getting. Now, yesterday, half of Chester was shut off for bomb threats. Believe it or not, yeah, bomb threats. And that shut off the bus station, the train station, the centre of town. Nobody could go anywhere. Everywhere got evacuated. And what happened there, really? They evacuated everybody. They had a look, and that was it. Nothing really happened. But why is this becoming more common, and more people are becoming more? Oh, it's just another one of these, because of the way the police act, the way the country is going, and we're not allowed to criticise anything which may deem a little bit offensive, which is outrageous to me. Now, everything I've said in this video is just my opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.